Hey, I'm Janae and welcome to my greenhouse. Alrighty, so today, or in this video, we are going to be going over begonias. I was requested a begonia tour, but I don't want to take you around the greenhouse and all of the messiness right now of where they are, because I have a lot of stuff in here because it's cold outside right now. And so I'm just going to, I've got them rounded up right next to me and I'll go through them just right here. All right, so first off, I have this in another video. If you've already seen it, I'm sorry, but this breakdance begonia, it's blooming. Look at it. He's so cute. Look at that bloom. That's pretty. Can you see it? That's super pretty. I love that. And it's got another one coming right there. I'm so excited. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay. And my black mamba. I just spritzed it because it had some dirt on it. I wanted to get it off. It's blooming as well. Can you see it? Is it focusing? Focusing on the flower. Oh. Kind of looks the same as that one. A little bit more pinky. It's pretty though. Alright, next, this is the silver dollar begonia. You can kind of see why it's called the silver dollar. He's struggling a little right now just because it has not been very sunny. I know I'm in Florida, but it definitely has not been sunny here at all. And sorry, my cheeks are getting rosy. The sun is like right there. Like right there. And I'm getting roasted. But it's still a little, it's like kind of cold, so I don't want to take my sweater off. But anyway, this one behaves. This one's actually more erect than most of my begonias. Like, it's sturdy. It's very like, I can further with it and further, whatever that means. I don't feel like it's a very delicate begonia, so I'm not very scared of it, and it gets fairly large. I have one that's outside in the front yard, and the leaves are very big, like ginormous. I'm pretty sure all begonias can get up to that size if they're just in the right environment. Like this one, it's not doing very well. It's not doing very well. It does not like this cold, but they get fairly large. Fairly large. This one, I'm not even sure what it's called. I don't even waste my time anymore. Like if the internet doesn't give me an immediate answer on what kind of begonia it is, I don't even waste my time scouring the internet, because there are so many hybrids to these that it is nearly impossible for you to nail down the exact breed that it is, the exact hybrid that it's going to be. So just embrace that sometimes you're not going to know what your begonia is, and just enjoy it for its pretty uniqueness that the rest of the world doesn't even know either. But I know for a fact if you have one that looks like this, and it's not cooperating the way you want it to, maybe just cut back on the water a little bit, because I know that that's what I have to do. I just discovered that recently. I don't know if it's the cold, maybe accompanied with, gosh dang, Dang it, my neighbor's dogs came out. So sorry. There's barking for the rest of the video. I'm so sorry. But I'm not going to stop this video because I want to get through this. This is actually one of my favorites. It's one of these like really erect. It's not very fuzzy. It's not very fuzzy and it's not very delicate, but it got a little cold bitten. You can see the like brown, the yellowish spots on it. That's where it got a little cold. I know that. But it is actually a beautiful, beautiful white and purple, very silver white in the summer, and she's gorgeous. She's definitely, I found this at Home Depot. Most of my begonias I find at Lowe's or Home Depot, and like they're nothing super fancy. I haven't ordered them from like Thailand or anything, but I really loved this one, and every time I've gone to Lowe's or Home Depot, if I've ever needed anything, I definitely look at the begonias to see if there's another one of these, because I'm scared that one day this one isn't going to exist anymore. It's going to stop living, and I want to back up. I want a spare. I want another one. But anyway, I also just love silver plants, like the silver bluish. And speaking of silver, I know that this one is called the Begonia Looking Glass, and this is one that I've propagated off of the massive mother plant that I'm not going to attempt to pick up right now because I just don't feel like it. And why? Because I have this one to show you, and it's way easier. She's very, very shimmery in the summer. You probably can't tell in this video, but she's also gorgeous as well. She can handle quite a bit of water. The mother actually likes to be outside during the summer, and it's a cane begonia, so it can handle quite a bit of weather and not die off. And it propagates just like any other cane begonia. You just cut it off right there. Put it in some water, put it in some soil. This one is already, I don't know if you can see the little white. It's already rooting out a little bit because of the amount of water that I've given it. Alrighty, next stop, my little itty bitty tiger paw begonia. And I've had this for so long, and it is so delicate, and it is so finicky. It's probably one of my most finicky begonias that I have. So if you've had this one before and it has not made it, or if you've killed a couple, don't feel bad, because same. I don't know. This one is a mystery to me. It's like half of it will live and half of it will die, and then it'll just swap back and forth like that for as long as I've had it. It's like we'll get to a point where it'll get a little bit erect, and then it'll just, like, that will start to happen. And I've let it dry out. I've given it water. I've tried to do what I do with most plants and just sort of give it a little bit of water, see if that's what it likes, let it dry out a little bit, see if that's what it likes. And I'm just glad that it's still kicking at least a little bit, so that, you know, it can live another day, and maybe one day we can be simpatico and live together in happiness. But for right now, our relationship is struggling. But, you know, it's a mystery. But I love it so much. I want to see it get bigger. I really, really do. I want to see it get bigger. Maybe it's like the ultimate terrarium begonia, and I need to get it out of the light. Maybe that's it. Maybe this summer I'll try to keep it out of the light. I'll put it under the table. Alrighty. Next, one of my most delicate, annoyingly delicate begonias the Escargot, and it is very hairy, so I know that it's super soft and delicate, and I like barely move it, and it's so flimsy. And this, it needs a lot of light. You can probably tell that it was reaching for the light because I had it in my wicker shelf over there. And but I mean, it grows, it gets big, butterflies and stuff, and we'll get a hold of it because apparently it is delectable. I've had to fight the caterpillars off of this guy. It's definitely one of my favorites. I used to have a lot, and a plant store actually bought my entire inventory in one fell swoop, so I'm sorry. Maybe I can propagate this one once it gets a little bit bigger, and we can go from there. But as of right now, this is my last little bit that I have of my escargot. That's okay though. We will prevail. We will replenish one day. Next is the Jurassic. Pretty sure it's the Jurassic King Begonia. It's pretty. It's pretty. I've seen larger ones, and they are very, very gorgeous. Like, they're striking. So I'm just waiting until this one can stop doing this kind of stuff. It sucks because you get these begonias and they are from Lowe's or Home Depot or Walmart or something, and the water that they use at those big box stores has fertilizer in it. So whenever you bring these home, you have to basically wean them off of the fertilizer because you can't maintain that much fertilizer. For one, you'll blow through all your money, and two, it'll kill your plants anyway. So they pump their water full of fertilizer to make their plants like beef up so that you'll buy them. And then most people get them home and they're like, why is my plant dying? And it's because you've basically cold turkey cut it off from all the juice that it was getting. And also if you fertilize your plants and it immediately dies because it's not used to that kind of fertilizer. So I would, like, whenever I get these, I get them and I fertilize them a little bit and give them water, fertilize them a little bit and give them water, and I just slowly wean them off of that, like, that harsh water. But so it basically takes a while for your plants to like get used to your environment so that they can start like thriving on their own where you have them now, if that makes sense. So I'm just waiting. I've had this one for a couple months. I'm just waiting for it to get some fat roots, get a fat base so that I can repot him and give him a chance to explode. And I already showed this in another video, but he's definitely one of my favorites still, my Iron Cross. These ones are not hard at all. Not hard at all. And I feel like it's because, and it is a softie though, it's a softie, very, very, very hairy. Very hairy. It's a softie, but his leaves aren't soft. His leaves have the cool spikes on them. Super, super cool spikes. Whatever you want to call those spikes, I don't care. I don't care. They're just cool. They're super cool. And I'm sorry if you can hear the cars. I'm like 3 streets away from the highway, and you can still hear so many of the cars. Right. Moving on. Another, it's a type, I think it's a type of escargot. It does the little swirlies, but it's like speckled. And I don't know, maybe there's a begonia expert out there that sees this video and they can tell me exactly what all of these are. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We can be friends. We can totally be friends. And you can tell me what every single one of these are. And I will be glad to listen. I really would. But as far as I know, this is a swirly speckled. And she's pretty. I don't know if she'll stay swirly. Like, see, this one's already, this one right here, see that? It's already separating out. Like, it has the little Maleficent type of split, like, crown right there. So I don't know if she'll stay. Like, the escargot will stay swirly. Like, it'll hold that shape as it gets larger. I don't know if this will, but as of right now, it's growing out swirly. Okay, but she's cute. She's really cute. And she's also one that I can let dry out and she doesn't really care. Maybe some of these taller ones will die back, but she'll stay bushy. And this is another one that will stay bushy. It won't get really leggy. I mean, it'll get leggy, but it won't just have like a couple of these coming out like some of the other ones that you saw. This one's cool. They're silver when they're young, but as they grow up, they get more like, almost like an iridescent, like fairy wings type of look to them. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And begonias are tricky like that too. Ew, look at the edges of that. It was touching the ground. It was getting a little too wet. These ones aren't. This has no fur. This is a naked begonia. Naked. No fur. The leaves are like slick. It's cool. That's a little itty bitty. You can see that itty bitty baby one right there. She's cute. Alright. And yet again, don't know what it's called. I wish I did. She's a little bit more hardy than the rest as well. I feel like, and that's also because she's not hairy. She doesn't have that fur. So she can... Sorry, there's an airplane passing over. Lots of distractions in this video. Jeez. Oh my gosh. It's like it's turning around and coming right back over. Anyway. I forget what I was saying. I forgot. Thought has come and passed. The moment's come and gone. So we're just gonna move on. That is exactly why there's dirt on other plants. Because I just... I'm like, why is there dirt all over everything? Because I'm an idiot. Okay. Anyway. Probably your standard begonia that you see in any big box store ever. This one is like the one I just showed you. No fur, naked, very hardy. It's like pressed up against the panels and it's still going. It's probably why you see it in big box stores all over the place, because it can handle being roughhoused. It can handle quite a bit of cold. It can handle quite a bit of light. Whenever the light touches it, it just gets more red. This one was one that was like shoved into the panel, so it was like getting the most sun. And the rest of the tops were getting like they're just a little bit pink, but this one's just cool, and I feel like I like it because of its ability to withstand anything. For as many plants as I have, it's like I definitely like my plants that can be neglected, that can handle it. Stressing over plants because I'm like, fuck, don't die. I spent the money. I love you. Please live. I don't like that. I want to be able to be like, I love you. Thank you. Not like, I don't like being stressed about my plants. So this is a stress-free begonia. If you ever are interested or want one, if you see this one at Lowe's, Walmart, or at a plant shop, plant store, nursery, garden, center, wherever, I would snag one of these if you're interested in begonias. Definitely. Yeah. She's cool. She'll hang. She can take it. Alright. In the last video that I talked about, this was a Rehab begonia. I paid like $2, I think, for her, so don't judge me on how she looks. And all my begonias are females, in case you're wondering why I keep calling them she's. That's just my style. She's blooming too. You know what's so funny? All my begonias that I haven't bought from big box stores are blooming. What does that mean? I don't know. Maybe I'll look that up later. But I got this from a nursery that was closing over in Alabama, and I was like, oh my god, the leaves are like cardstock. Can you hear that? Get it closer to the mic. Can you hear that? That's awesome. It's like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, cardstock. That's cool. And it's got the red underbellies. More like an autumn red. But this is a fresh baby. She shimmers. Probably can't see it, but she's shimmery. She's like this wicked witch dressed in felt that's also has on really amazing shimmery makeup. I don't know if I showed you guys the bloom. The bloom. Right there. It looks just like the other ones too. Earlier in the video. Cute. She's blooming there. And she's blooming. Look at that one little itty bitty. Oh, she's blooming right there. Okay. I'm so glad I got this. I really am. She has turned out, she doesn't look like much right now, but I saw her potential. I saw it. I was like, if I can get this thing back to thriving level, we'll be good. We'll be in business. Okay. I'm gonna have to reach over. I want to show this one just because it's like the begonia of begonias. It's large. Okay. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get up and do it. Don't be lazy. Oh. It's got a Brazilian growing out of it. we'll just wrap that up and shove it in there. I'm no expert, but I feel like that'll be okay, right? Yeah. This one is ginormous. I got it from a flower shop over in town, in Pensacola, and it looked better when I first got it. It didn't have all these sad pieces, but also she did not react well to it getting cold. I could tell you that right now. The moment it got cold, she was like, ah. The moment it got cold, she fainted. But now that it's warmed up in here, I've lit the candles. I brought a little space heater out here at night for the nights that it freezes. She's definitely come back to life. But in her glory, in her heyday, she was super pretty. And she is super pretty. You just have to tell your plants that they're really pretty, and they'll stay pretty. I promise. Alright. She looks so raggedy right now, but she'll come back, I swear. I'll show you whenever she comes back. But alright. There's actually a couple begonias that I see around that I'm like, dang, I miss those. But we'll make another video because I'm already going on 27 minutes here. And if you've watched this far, if you've watched this far, thank you. I appreciate you and coming along with my shenanigans, and for all the people that have exited my video thus far, I don't blame you. I still love you. Maybe there will be another video that you can get some information out of that you can appreciate. But for now, that's about it for the begonias. In the summer, I'll be able to just take you through, like, I'll just be able to go around the greenhouse and show you. But as of right now, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next plant. Bye.